Toast. Janie, what have I told you about painting your nails at the table?
Whatever it was, I wasn't listening.
Mom, where are my football boots?
Where were they when you last had them?
On my feet.
So wives so young, they say, do not live long.
What?
I am not your slave. Nick, breakfast!
Congratulations, you've woken up every Nick in the world.
Except one.
Ah, purple. Oh, that's nice. That gives you that great fingers slammed in the car door look.
Mazda or BMW?
Off.
Hi, Nick.
Hi, Janie.
Dad.
No. What?
I'm anticipating your next question. It begins with, can I have?
Wrong. It begins with, can you lend?
Funny, they both end with no.
I just want to borrow your new laptop.
I gave you the old laptop.
It doesn't work.
Neither do you. You're compatible.
Why do you always give me things that are broken?
Because you always break them.
I didn't break it. Just got a little damp.
Nick, portable does not mean submergible.
Didn't say that in the instructions.
How do you know? You didn't read the instructions.
Well, I didn't want to get the pages wet.
I think I'm going to quit while I'm ahead.
So, shall I book the restaurant before or after the film?
What? You didn't tell me we have plans tonight?
I left that note on the fridge, I got Bridget to put it in her appointment book, and I wrote it in lipstick on the bathroom mirror.
I need more than hints, Susan.
I hope my next husband has your sense of humour.
Look, Mr. Unsworth broke a tooth. The only time he could come in was this evening after work. So why don't we go out tomorrow night?
All right.
Excuse me?
I said, all right.
Stop it, Susan. Stop laying the guilt trip on me. OK. If I let Unsworth down again, he'll go somewhere else.
All I said was all right.
Yeah, there you go again. You see, you can't stop it, can you? It's just guilt, guilt, guilt. It's unbearable. I mean, you know, you must be really upset.
Ben, I understand. I am not upset.
Mom, football boots!
Didn't you hear me? Take some responsibility for yourself.
Hey, why are you angry with him and not angry with me?
Because with him, there's still a point.
Oh, right. Good. Good luck, Michael.
Mum, you know, you're really too good for him.
I know, and you still can't borrow the laptop.
It too, Mum.
If you really need a computer, why don't you borrow Michael's?
Because it's sort of personal.
You're not chatting up girls on the internet again.
What do you mean again? What, you've done this kind of thing before?
Yeah, and it worked really well. Talia, her name was. This 19-year-old cellist from Prague. We had a really deep and rewarding e-relationship going.
Until Talia turned out to be a 48-year-old gas fitter called Stuart from Sunderland.
All right, so he was a man. He meant a lot to me while it lasted.
You know when parents say they'll love you no matter what? They're lying.
Listen, Nick, I don't think it's a good idea. You might end up with a stalker.
I'm getting one just thinking about it. Look at it this way, Mum. Say I did meet the right girl. We might get married. Her dad might offer me a job in the family firm, which I suppose would mean I'd have to move out.
The laptop's in the living room desk, top drawer. What? No school today?
I've got the dentist.
Oh, great. What? What do you mean? Hang on a minute, I'm the dentist. I can't remember booking you in unless the prospect was so awful I screened you out.
I booked her into another dentist.
You did what?
Janie's had an appointment with you for 6 months now, and you keep fobbing her off.
I do not keep fobbing her off. I've been fobbing her forward.
Fine. But if we wait that long, she'll be able to take her teeth out and post them to you.
Susan, paying patients come first.
That's right. Your family always comes second.
Against TV, golf and football, that's not bad going. Where did you find this dentist? On a card in a phone box?
Yellow Pages.
Oh, Yellow Pages. Oh, I see. Well, they don't take anyone in Yellow Pages.
Oh, calm down, Dad. One dentist is pretty much the same as another.
They most certainly are not.
No, you're right. Because some dentists aren't rude, grumpy, and think an effective painkiller is shouting, "Shut up!"
It is effective. It makes me feel better. Another dentist. Have you ever heard anything so disloyal?
I think it's a disgrace.
Thank you. At last, someone sees it my way.
No, I think it's a disgrace you can't make any time for your children. It's like the story of the cobbler's children who had no food.
No, it's the story of the cobbler's children who had no shoes.
That makes no sense. Their dad was a cobbler.
Let me tell you the story of the dental assistant who had no job.
OK, how does that one go?
See, the problem with chatting to a girl on the internet is they miss out on the full Nick Harper experience. You know, the piercing blue eyes, the easy smile,
The smell?
Yeah, all the intangibles. It's tricky.
You know what really impresses a girl, Nick? Is when a boy takes an interest in her clothes.
Great. Thanks.
Why not ask her what colour her knickers are? You know, I think my teeth look wonderful.
They're yellow.
No, they're not. They're pearlescent.
No, Isabel's knickers.
She told you. What a slag.
Yeah.
You sure it's not just Stuart from Sunderland back from another pop?
No? No, because she told me. She's French, she's called Isabel, she's a swimwear model, and her father's the chairman of a major electronics business.
Does the phrase pull the other one mean anything to you?
Oh, you think she's got a sister?
Hello.
Hello. What is that?
It's a rabbit.
I can see it's a rabbit, but what is it?
Well, I wanted a rabbit, so I bought a rabbit.
But you didn't ask our permission.
Well, I'm rebelling.
A rebel with a rabbit.
You told me to take more responsibility.
I say a lot of things. I told your father he looked good in a tank top.
Well, this is a symbol of my independence.
That's nice, dear. Take it back to the shop.
If you make me take it back, I'll never believe anything you say again. I'll become aimless and remote. And my schoolwork will suffer.
You'll become another Nick.
Welcome to your new home. Just keep it away from the food.
Yeah. We don't want to kill it on its first day.
Janie, stop admiring your teeth and eat something.
Mel says you've got to love yourself before others can love you.
Well, keep trying.
What is this?
Toad in the hole, but we don't have any sausages.
So it's just whole.
It's not just whole, it's French. It's toad en vacances.
Hello.
Good evening. Nice to meet you. My name is Susan Harper, and these are your children, Janie, Nick, and Michael.
All right, I'm late, but it's the only time some of these people can come in. And don't ask me what sort of day I've had. OK, I'll tell you anyway. In a word, bloody awful.
That's 2 words.
And I've got another 2 words for you. Do I get dinner?
That's 4 words.
It's in the kitchen.
Oh, it's in the kitchen. Any specific location?
On the counter.
Ah. I think it needs to go in for a bit longer.
Janie, what are you doing?
Mel says water should be savoured like a fine wine.
Who is the smell, anyway? And how come she's suddenly the font of all girly wisdom?
Mel is a he.
Ah, he.
Oh, a he. How lovely. Well, perhaps you can bring your new friend round for tea, and if there's anything like the last one, he can bring his probation officer.
It's not like that. It's Mel. You know, Mel Fraser, my dentist.
Oh, yes. Mr. Dialer Dentist. Mr. Fillings in a jiffy and a free travel clock on your 3rd visit.
Dad, he's cool. He's got an earring.
Oh, has he? Oh, he's got an earring. Oh, great. Well, that's marvellous qualifications. In dentistry, that's the equivalent of an OBE.
And he's from Australia.
Oh, really? Oh, he's an Australian. Oh, that completely revises my opinion of him. How could I be so blinkered?
You're just jealous.
Jealous? Why? Why should I be jealous?
Because you see dentistry as a dark and horrible wasteland, whereas Mel, he sees dentistry as a calling filled with life, joy and hope.
Well, he's obviously doing it wrong.
Let it go.
I can't.
What exactly is it that's bothering you?
She's my little girl.
Oh, so now she's your little girl. Wasn't it yesterday she was that airheaded shopping machine from hell?
I can't help being multi-layered.
Don't you think you're overreacting? She's had crushes before.
This is a dentist.
It's still a schoolgirl crush.
Yes, but who knows where it could lead.
Oh, Ben.
She's brushing so hard she could damage her epithelial cuff.
Are you sure?
I'm a professional.
Look, if you feel so strongly about it, why don't you talk to her? Sit her down, father to daughter, and explain how you feel.
You're right, I'm overreacting.
Well, things will look different in the morning.
Yeah, usually worse. Good night.
You know, I read somewhere that the older you get, the less sleep you need.
Really? What are you supposed to do with all that extra time?
I've got a few ideas.
Well, I'm always open to ideas.
That's not true, but I'm not going to argue.
Oh. Oh, my God.
What's wrong?
That molar, upper right 5.
What about it?
The cracked filling, you've had it repaired.
Have I?
The tongue never lies, Susan. Let me have a look. Let me have a look. Come on. Open up. Come on, I want to have a look.
What are you doing? What do you think I am, a horse?
Come on, have a look.
God.
I don't believe it. That is not my handiwork. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Anything but that. You've been seeing another dentist.
Of course I have. I told you a dozen times that filling was cracked and you've never done anything about it.
I was busy.
I have needs, Ben.
I turned my back for one moment and you sneak off to see someone else. You couldn't wait, could you?
Oh, come on, Ben. It was one time.
Yeah, this is where it starts, isn't it, Susan?
It didn't mean anything.
It didn't mean anything? What was he like?
Excuse me?
Was he good?
He was all right.
What, better than me?
Different.
What, different? What, was it his technique? Or his equipment?
Well, he did take a lot more time than that.
We are still talking dentistry, aren't we?
Of course we are.
Oh, Susan, how could you? My own wife and surfing Mel.
Where are you going?
I just can't look at you at the moment. I mean, you can see why I'm so hurt, can't you? Sure, I'm a husband and a father, but above all, I'm a dentist. A family dentist. That's what I do. That's what I am. And if my family can't respect me as a husband or a father, then surely they can respect me as a family dentist. Otherwise, what's the point of me? Hey, fancy another? Come on. Let your fur down. Yeah? You know, we're quite alike, me and you. Yeah. I mean, we're different backgrounds, but me, a professional man with a family and a home, you, a bunny rabbit with long, floppy ears and a twitchy nose, but we're quite alike. You know why? Because we both live in cages. That's right. Except you can't see the bars in mine. Oh, yes. I think I've had enough.
It's funny. Hannibal's looking really tired this morning. Like someone kept him up all night.
Really? How strange. Has that rabbit been in its cage all morning?
They're just raisins,
Oh, yeah?
I think.
Morning, mate. Morning, Dad. Just been chatting to Isabel. We're really getting on. Got so much in common.
Yeah, well, you both stand up to pee.
Look, Dad, she is not a man.
Mm-hmm.
Look, she emailed me this photo. Yeah? Right, Jamie?
Who's that?
It's Isabel.
Looks nothing like a gas fitter.
No, Dad. Isabel. French, fabulous, female.
Fraud.
Huh?
Look, last month's copy of Vogue. Your picture of Isabel. Notice any resemblance?
So? She's a model who happens to appear in Vogue.
Let it go, Nick. The word trust doesn't appear in their vocabulary.
Michael, could you put that rabbit away, please? You're giving me the creeps. You look like a Bond villain.
You notice anything strange about that rabbit?
Yeah, it's been here for 2 days and hasn't asked me for money yet.
No. No, I swear he looks at me funny.
You should be used to that by now.
I think he's evil.
Your father's not evil, dear. Bit pig-headed, perhaps. Janie, you seeing Mel again tomorrow?
Yeah? You know, I never thought I'd enjoy going to the dentist so much. Mel makes my gums feel so alive.
Oh, my God, my daughter's turning into Julie Andrews. Nick, you wouldn't be so disloyal as to see another dentist, would you?
Absolutely not, Dad. I'd never visit a dentist.
Of course. What about you, Michael? You wouldn't see Surfing Mel, would you?
Well, he does have a website.
Oh, he has a website. Oh, I see. Surfing Mel, the dentist for the techno age, with his earring, his cut-off jeans and his surfboard.
Oh, God.
It's all right. They're only raisins.
No, my filling's fallen out.
Oh, really? Which one?
The new one.
Oh, the new one.
Could you have a look?
Well, I could, but I'm not your dentist anymore, am I?
Oh, for God's sake, Ben, this is no time to behave like you always do.
Don't come running to me. Surfing Mel botched it. Surfing Mel can fix it.
I don't believe this.
Where are you going?
Your idea, Surfing Mel can fix it.
Really? Should you be making an appointment first?
Oh, don't worry. That's the great thing about Mel. He's always got time for me.
Oh. Is that defecating rodent still here?
All right, I was going anyway.
You knew.
Was it a secret?
The idea that my wife is seeing another dentist behind my back isn't exactly something I'm proud of. How did you find out?
I heard it through the hygienist's grapevine.
They've got a grapevine?
They don't just clean teeth, you know. Must be embarrassing to be the last one to know.
Tell me one thing he's got that I haven't.
He's got charm, good looks, politeness, sensitivities, really...
I said one thing.
Hey, shouldn't you be in bed?
Shouldn't you be in gainful employment? Go on, get out. Go on.
Oh, I get it. You want to borrow the laptop?
No, I do not want to borrow the laptop. You're borrowing the laptop. It's my laptop. Now give it.
Just a sec. I'm still cyber chatting to La Belle Isabelle.
Nick, don't you think this is going to end in another humiliation?
Dunno. You haven't told me what you're up to yet.
No. Not me, you, and this doomed relationship with Isa bloke.
OK. Bet you 50 quid she's a girl from the magazine.
Nick, you haven't got 50 quid.
I will when I win the bet.
How are you going to prove that she is who she says she is?
Because she's coming over.
What?
Just telling her where I live.
Are you insane? You do not put my address on the internet.
I like to live dangerously.
Yes, well, get out of the way. We'll get back to bed before your mother misses me.
Oh, plenty of time, then.
Look, cyber shift your cyber arse and let me get online.
You're already on.
Oh, yeah?
What are you looking for?
I do not need your help, OK? Do not need your help. Think I might need your help. OK, so how... I'm looking for Surfing Mel's website, right?
That's a really good idea. Mm-hmm. What on earth for?
Professional reasons. How do you find a website on this thing?
Just click on the search button there
Yeah.
and type in a keyword.
Okay, what's the keyword?
It's a word to do with the subject you're searching for.
All right, okay. Well, let's try oral. That might list him.
I don't think that's a very good idea.
Oh, look at this. Look, 33,000 matches. Well, let's try oral contacts. That might list him.
Yeah, I think that...
Shut
not
up, shut
exactly-
up. I'm getting the hang of this. Good Lord.
Good going.
That can't be surfing Mel.
You better hope it's not.
Someone you know? Is this how you spend your time?
It's what?
It's father and son bonding.
Oh, no, it's not.
No, those definitely weren't two men.
It's not what you think it is, Susan.
Pathetic is what I think it is, although Nick has the excuse of being emotionally retarded.
Cheers, Mum. Yeah, well, I expect you two want to be alone. It's all his fault.
It's all a mistake, all right? I was just looking for Matey's website, you know, your dentist, to see what I was up against.
I always thought the point of explaining a mistake was to make it look better.
Look, since you're so good at explaining, why don't you explain one or two things to me?
Like what?
Like how you apparently forgot to tell me about your little dental adventure.
Honestly, it's not like I'm having an affair with him.
Susan, he's an Australian. Don't have anything in a dress.
Anything in a dress.
Perhaps if you went out and came in
So
again.
I'm anything in a dress.
I expect you'll soon forget I even said this.
Anything in a dress.
I didn't think so.
I don't know which is more insulting, that you think I'm anything in a dress, or you think I'd be stupid enough to fall for a dentist a second time.
That's the point. He's a dentist. I'm the dentist. If you'd come to the dentist in the first place, none of this would have happened.
Well, that's you all over, isn't it? Whatever the problem, whatever happens, it is never, ever your fault.
Do you know whose fault it is?
Whose?
That bloody rabbit! Ever since it moved in here, there's been nothing but trouble.
You can see why I'm hurt, can't you? I'm a high-powered career woman and a gourmet cook, and above all, I'm a realist. And realistically speaking, he's a pig-headed pig. Oh, I know what you're going to say. You're going to say that sounds judgmental, but what am I supposed to do? God gave me good judgment. Mum? Oh, hello, Michael.
Are you and Dad getting divorced?
What on earth gave you that idea?
Well, I heard you arguing last night. And the night before.
All parents argue.
Why?
Well, it's a way of finding out how your father and I both feel, and once we've done that, things are easier.
How do you mean, easier?
Well, easier for me to prove your father wrong.
So it's not serious?
No.
But you were talking to a rabbit.
Sometimes it helps to talk things through with a disinterested party.
Like when Neil Parry's parents went to see a counsellor.
Yes, exactly like that.
Neil Parry's parents got divorced.
We're not getting a divorce.
His mum got custody of the children.
We're definitely not getting a divorce.
Neil says it's great. Every time he sees his dad, he gets taken to Alton Towers.
Ben! There you are, Michael. Now, just so that you understand, your father's going to explain what's been happening. Ben,
Why should I explain? You'll only interrupt.
I only interrupt when you digress.
I do not digress. You digress.
I don't digress, I build a framework.
A framework is like a bloody scaffold.
Call me when you're ready.
Michael, sit down. Ben.
All right, Michael. The thing is, your mother has been very silly. She's been seeing another dentist.
I think what your father's trying to say, he's being very arrogant and not seeing anyone else's point of view.
Or, to put it more simply, your mother thinks she's always right, when in fact she's always wrong.
Although, how would he know anything about anything when he spends all his time fanning around with his patients and lets his own family go to pot?
Whereas your mother thinks that money grows on trees, and new handbags sprout little legs and magically leave the shop and enter your house.
Whilst your father, although a qualified dentist, believes that children's teeth are magically repaired by the tooth fairy if he ignores them for years.
Despite all this, your mother knows that she'll never find a bigger sucker as me.
And your father knows he'll never find anyone else who'll have him.
That's why we're not getting divorced.
Thanks, Mum. Thanks, Dad. I'll sleep easy tonight.
Oh, Janie's home back early from the dentist.
Well, I'm not surprised. He's probably got a drive-through. 1 crown, 2 Bridgeworks. Do you want French fries with that?
Hello, Janie.
How was your check-up at the McDentist?
McShite.
Why? What happened?
I walked out before he finished. Man's a total git.
Hey, don't talk about your mother's boyfriend like that.
Shut up. Janie, what happened?
I was sitting in the chair and we were just talking. He seemed so nice. I can't even think about it.
Janie, you can tell us.
He started telling me a story.
What kind of story?
The story about the kitten who didn't floss.
The kitten who didn't floss?
Yeah, the kitten who didn't floss, and then it ended up with lots of cavities. It's a good story.
Yeah, it's a children's story. Mel thinks I'm a child, so he's just like you, Dad. Makes me want to throw up.
Yes. What do you mean he's like me?
Janie, these things happen. But remember, we'll always be here for you, won't we, Ben?
Yeah. I mean, it's a bit inconvenient, but I can fit you in, what, 3 o'clock Monday?
You see, he does care.
Lucky me.
Hello,
Yes?
Nikki.
Nicky?
Yes, Nikki?
Nick. Hang on, come in. Nick, someone to see you! Are you Isabel?
Yes, Nikki has talked about me.
Yeah, endlessly. Mum, Dad, look, this is Isabel.
Nice to meet you. Ben, close your mouth.
Hello, enchantée.
Yes, well, Sunderland's on the up and up.
Nice to meet you.
Hello.
Hello,
I'll meet at last.
I have come to see Nikki.
Yep. I'm Nicky.
Nikki?
Yeah, I know I don't look exactly like my picture, but ow.
Pourquoi tu m'as pris?
Oh, so that was,
My internet girlfriend. Bloody gorgeous, wasn't she?
Yeah, how did you do it? I know you pretended to be a really fit guy.
Well, not exactly.
You didn't. Yes, you did. You pretended to be a woman.
Yeah, and it nearly worked.
What do you mean it nearly worked? It didn't work. There was no way it was going to work.
Oh, but it was worth the risk.
You're such a loser.
Me? You're the one who owes me 50 quid. Cash, mate. No check.
Our son has just come out as a lesbian.
Yes, dear, but that won't change the way we feel about him.
Believe me, Susan, nothing could ever change that. Hey, Susan. Hey, Susan. Come on, you're the nature lover. Come on.
Good morning.
No, it isn't.
You always wake up so grumpy.
Okay, Mr. Fisher, and bite down, please. Very good. Bridget, kidney dish. Well, that's lovely. So, what did you do at the weekend? Really? Yeah, I know. And I've heard it can be quite expensive. Me? Oh, I had a weekend of my dreams. Marvellous weekend down at the DIY superstore. Loads of fun there, yeah. Dragging a sulky teenager up and down the aisles, trying to get them interested in home decorating. Yeah. I often wonder where they get the staff from. And the prices. Any chance of that kidney dish before I retire? See these? 15 quid they cost me. I know, that's what I thought. All they do is cut tiles. Kidney dish.
You can have the kidney dish when you apologise.
Mr. Fisher, have you met my part-time assistant? Funny thing is, I'm paying her full-time. All right. All right. I'm very sorry that I said you had the memory of a retarded glove puppet. But for the record, it doesn't change the fact you've been forgetting to pass on my messages.
Oh, don't take it out on me just because you've got trouble at home.
I haven't got trouble at home.
I forgot. Your wife rang. There's trouble at home.
Voila. What do you think?
Oh, Mum. Well, you've done it again.
Thank you, dear. Do you want to tell the boys dinner's ready?
That's right. Make me the bringer of bad news.
Bad news, having a nice sit-down meal with your family.
Yeah. Michael, Nick, yellow alert. Mum,
Yes, dear.
what do you think of tongue studs?
I think they're ugly, disgusting, and unhygienic.
Well, good, because I want a tattoo.
No.
Okay, when's Dad coming home?
Ignoring the subtext of that question, I think he's working late today.
Why?
Because I left him a message asking him to come home early. Stupid, I know.
Hi, darling. I'm sorry I'm late. It's just I didn't get your message.
What message was that?
What message was what?
The message you didn't get.
The message that smells good.
I knew it. Dad's having an affair.
Cruel laugh, Susan, and I'll ignore it.
Right, like you ignored my messages.
Remember, that wasn't me, that was the glove puppet. Never mind. What's the trouble?
It seems Michael's having a bit of a problem with Jason Hodder.
Hodder J, the little fat kid who smells like sour milk.
No, that's Keith Burstall.
Oh, God.
Jason's the one with the itch?
Which end?
No, that's Lee Matthews. Jason had the head lice, spread through the school like wildfire.
I know, I never thanked him properly for that. What's he spreading now? Cholera? Typhoid? Distemper?
No, this time it's different. He's been picking on Michael. This morning he didn't want to go to school.
Oh, who would with a disgusting class like that?
Yeah, I know. School's meant to be unpleasant. You know, to prepare you for life.
Look, do you really want to be left out of family discussions?
So, problem with Jason, you know, probably horseplay, youthful high spirits. I mean, good God, everyone's had a Jason Hodder at school. Look at me. Look at me. I mean, I had Digger Beaumont. Huh. Never did me any harm.
I'm here.
Oh, God.
Hey, guess what? I'm going to buy us a new house.
Oh, that's great, Nick. That's great. So you got a job at Burger King, then?
You're right there. No, I'm going to become a .com millionaire.
Really? That's great. So shouldn't you, like, get a good idea first?
But it is a good idea. .com millionaire. All that money.
Why do we have him?
Because you were too lazy to get out of bed and walk across the room to the drawer.
This is, isn't it? It's really, it's, what is it?
Nepalese lamb melange.
You said we were having chicken.
No, I didn't. I never name a dish until after I've tasted it. Bon appetit.
Shouldn't that be bon chance?
I'll get it. Probably be one of my investors.
Dad, can I have a car?
Car? What are you talking about? You're 16, you can't even drive.
I know, it's just my opening gambit.
I see. What's your fallback position?
A DVD player. Can I have one?
No. What do you really want?
A tattoo.
Way.
Why? All the girls at school have got one.
One of the girls at school has got a baby.
Maybe a tattoo sounds better and better.
Michael, that was your friend, Stinky Cheese Boy.
His name's Keith, and it's glandular. He can't help it.
Well, he wants to know if you managed to get your underpants down from the lamppost.
Is there something you want to tell us about Michael?
Is Jason Hodder picking on you, Mike?
No.
And you got some serious explaining to do about those underpants.
Oh, my darling, why didn't you tell us?
2 reasons, you and Dad.
What?
You would have overreacted and Dad wouldn't react at all. So I took an average and didn't tell either of you.
Oh, my poor baby.
I can't breathe.
I don't react. Well, there you are then.
Well, first thing tomorrow, I'm going to ring the school.
Well, that's a good idea, Mum. That'll make him really popular.
I react. No one ever listens.
If the worst happens, and it will, can I have your computer?
Good. Then it's agreed. I'll call the office first thing.
No, Mum. You're such a control freak.
Me? A control freak? All I care about is the happiness of my children.
Great, so can I have a tattoo?
No.
Only if it says Daddy's little sunbeam.
Oh, Ben, this is too awful.
I know, but there's nothing else on.
You called me a control freak.
Hey, hey!
You don't think I'm a control freak, do you?
No, of course not. You're more of a control enthusiast.
Well, at least I'm enthusiastic about something. How could you lie there and watch the forces of darkness close in on our son?
Susan, please calm down. We're talking about a snotty-nosed school kid, not Jabba the Hutt.
In other words, you don't care.
Don't try and make me feel guilty, Susan. If it bothers you so much, my darling, you go and sort it out.
But I'm not a control freak.
No, that's good then, isn't it?
So, it really doesn't bother you?
Oh, all right, Susan, all right. I know it looks like sometimes I don't care. And sometimes I don't. But it's a not caring that comes from caring too much in a caring, sort of careless way. Look, when it comes to parenting, Susan, I put it down to the bird-watching theory that, you know, you've got to keep your distance, keep very still, and try not to scare them.
I'm only asking you to talk to him, not put a ring round his leg and track his migratory habits.
I just think there's a higher law at work.
What law?
Ben Harper's law. There is nothing in life so bad that with a little effort can't be made worse.
I think you're forgetting Susan Harper's corollary. If you don't make an effort, I'm going to make your life bloody hell.
I'll go and talk to him, OK?
Look, come on, just teach me. I mean, I've got to learn computers if I want to be a dot-com millionaire. I'll give you 1% of the company.
I want 15% of adjusted gross and 2% of international sales in perpetuity.
OK.
What do you want to know?
Where's the dot button? Cool. Where's the com button?
Oh, hi, Michael.
Hey, Dad.
You busy?
Yeah, he's in a meeting.
Why can't you be normal?
Just lucky.
So, Mikey.
Sorry, Dad. If it's about Jason, you're wasting your time.
Yeah, look, but just for your mother, let's go through the motions, eh?
Yeah.
You see, Michael, deep down, all bullies are cowards.
But Jason isn't. He's really scary.
Yeah, it made the gym teacher wet his pants.
OK, so he may be scary.
And fat.
All right, thank you. But, you know, there's things you can do.
Like what?
Well, you know, you be Jason Hodder. Go on, you be Jason Hodder and I'm you.
This is stupid.
No, it's not. Go on, try and scare me and I'll show you how to react. OK, come on, put me down. Try and scare me.
Your tax return has to be in by Wednesday.
Oh, my God, I've forgotten.
You haven't even begun to do your books.
Oh,
You're late this time, there'll be a whopping fine.
all right, get out your pillow. Go on.
Sticks and stones.
Yeah, don't give me any ideas, okay? Oh, phew.
Forget it.
No, look, Michael, if people try and put you down, you can't let them see you're scared, you know? You've got to... If they use names, you've got to fight fire with fire.
There's no point.
Let's switch roles, okay? You be you, you be you. I'm Jason Hodder. Hey, look at me. I'm Jason Hodder. I'm big, I'm tough, and I'm after your lunch money. Hey, Harper. Hey, you little four-eyed squirt.
Please.
Oh, come on, Mike, come on. Scare me. Come on, scare me. Try and put me down.
You're losing your hair, you're getting turkey neck, and the only reason you're a dentist is you failed to get into medical school.
What are you doing?
I'm looking for my tax receipts.
It's 2 o'clock in the morning. You have to do it later.
I have been looking since 11 o'clock.
You've been looking for 3 hours.
If you're so good at arithmetic, you can do my tax for me.
What are you so worked up about?
Michael! Michael! He called me a failed doctor.
Ha, that's nothing. He called me a control freak.
That's different. You are a control freak.
I am not.
You stopped me going to medical school because you said becoming a dentist was quicker and I'd get more money.
Oh,
yes,
you...
Yes. Oh, yes. Where's the receipt for the new X-ray machine?
In the file marked receipts under the letter X.
Ah, you've been tidying up again, haven't you?
Oh, thank you, Susan, for saving me so much time and trouble.
When I put things under the tortoise, I expect to find it under the tortoise. Tidying up is just a way of controlling things, isn't it?
If you had been a more organized person, maybe you could have been a doctor by now.
If you'd have been 5 inches taller, blonde, with long legs, you could have been a doctor's wife by now.
Slow.
Please, Mum.
This is unbelievable. They cost a fortune, they hurt, and once you've got one, you're stuck with it for life.
It's only a tattoo.
I was talking about daughters. Subject closed, okay? Are you ready, dear?
Couldn't I just be ill today?
No, that would be admitting defeat.
Couldn't I just admit defeat?
No, that would be wrong. Nick, were you born in a pigsty?
I don't know. You were there.
23 hours of blissful labour, even then you were slow. Now, if Jason gives you any trouble, you go straight to the head teacher.
I'll handle this myself, Mum.
Good. And remember, a sense of humour will help you through the most difficult of times.
Right. Next time Jason puts your head down the toilet, think of it as a comedy opportunity.
Nick, your brother's off to school. Do you have any useful words of advice?
Yeah, always. Think positive. Only the pathetic let life get them down.
Oh, God, the crap starts here. Another glorious day at the bumhole of dentistry.
Your brother's a bit tired. Tell him there's coffee in the pot.
Mum says there's coffee in the pot.
He's been up most of the night, fanning around with his income tax.
Tell your mother I was not funnying around. I was looking for the receipt she's hidden.
Dad says he apologises for everything he did, and whatever it was entirely his fault.
Well, if that's the case, tell your father I forgive him.
Mum says she wants a divorce.
Shut up.
Dad says shut up.
Well, I agree with your father.
I'd rather go to school.
Scaler. All right, I'm sorry I said Celine Dion sounded like a cat trapped in a dog's home. Thank you. She does, though, doesn't she?
Hello, surgery. He's with the patient at the moment. Yes, I could take a message, except he'll only ignore it, Mrs. Harper, and pretend I didn't pass it on.
Hello, darling.
It's Michael.
What is it now?
It's a bit difficult to describe.
Well, how serious is it on a scale of 1 to 10?
14.7.
I think we have to report this to the school.
I've already tried, but it was closed. I'll have to call again on Monday.
And this was what was stuck to his back?
Yes. What's happening to our schools? Not only is it obscene, but the spelling is atrocious.
Why can't they teach our kids in school instead of arming them with weapons of mass destruction?
Dad, it's only custard.
It's not the point. Today, custard, tomorrow, Poland. This Jason Hodder's a menace and must be stopped.
Makes you wonder what his parents are like.
Yes, Janie? Parents?
I think his dad's a builder.
Well, that says it all, doesn't it? His dad's a builder. You know what builders are like? Their answer to everything is a slap in the gob.
Only when you call them names, dear.
That wasn't a builder, it was a plumber. And it wasn't a name, it was a suggestion.
Well, I can't accept that we have to wait till Monday to sort this thing out.
Oh, come on, Susan, it's just a weekend.
I know, but it's 2 days of hell. I'll be tense and on edge.
Just a normal weekend, then.
I will forgive, but not forget that. Here's a mad idea.
So many.
Let's invite Jason's parents over for a drink and sort this thing out between ourselves.
Oh, yes, let's not.
Why?
Has 22 years of marriage taught you nothing? When have we intervened in anything and made it better?
Lots of times.
When?
You weren't there.
I'm not having Mr. and Mrs. Godzilla trampling all over my furniture with their filthy tattoos shouting builders' obscenities honed over years of on-site training.
I'm sure they will be civilized.
No, everyone starts off civilized.
You didn't.
But when the fur starts to fly, the dog will always side with his whelp.
How do you know?
Discovery Channel.
Ben, if you could have seen Michael when he came home today, his little eyes blinking through a layer of dried custard, as much as to say, why me, Mummy? He was the saddest school dinner that you ever did see.
When do you want them round?
I told them about now.
Susan! Oh, my God. Shouldn't you go and read that in your room?
No, I'd rather stay here.
This is going to be very, very unpleasant.
I know.
She said she was going to do it, but I never dreamed she actually ever would.
You should know by now. Dad's the one who says things and doesn't do them. Mum does whatever pops into her head.
Goodbye, room. Goodbye, Pokemon cards. And only had 212 to go. Goodbye, Crick. Goodbye, Watson.
Cheer up, bro. It could be worse.
How?
Well, you could get kidnapped by a covert government agency who inject you with a newly developed super virus which mimics the symptoms of gangrene.
Thanks, Nick. Somehow you put all my problems in perspective.
What am I here for?
Ben, this is Louise and Graham Hodder.
Hello?
Everything all right?
Oh, everything's fine. Everything's fine. It's, I was expecting someone a bit, else.
Do please sit down. Ben.
But, oh, sorry.
So.
So.
Oh, is it my turn? So...
Oh, this is our daughter Janie, who's about to go to her room.
Oh, she doesn't have to leave on our account.
Oh, thanks.
So. Would you like a drink? Wine, beer?
Oh, white wine, please.
I'll have an orange squash.
Orange squash? Are you sure you're a builder?
Good Lord, no, I'm a doctor.
A doctor.
Where did you get the idea that he was a builder?
Hodder, Hod, you know. Janie.
I don't know. Builder, doctor. All right, Dad, I just want to spare your feelings. Dad's a dentist.
Oh, I see.
Glad to see you're all getting on so well.
Yes, well, let's get to the bloody point, shall we? Your son has been bullying our son, so, what are you going to do about it?
Well, we don't know, really.
You don't know?
We don't believe in discipline. We see Jason's actions as an expression of natural exuberance.
That's funny. We see it as an expression of total yobbery.
We know Jason can be seen as a difficult child, so we've decided not to let it bother us.
Decided not to let it bother them.
But what about our son?
That's an interesting point. However, after a great deal of discussion, we've realised it's wrong to push the river.
Yes, Graham feels it goes against nature, which is a mistake.
Excuse me, backtracking a moment. Twiglet. Oh. Are you saying you do nothing?
No. As parents, we are the bows.
Our children are the arrows.
We release them and let them fly.
Yes, he's flying, all right. He's flying over my son and crapping custard.
I know. It's all a bit embarrassing.
Janie?
Yeah, I think it's embarrassing too.
Janie, go to your room.
We were just getting...
Now.
Did you see that?
The man's a complete fascist.
It worked. How do you do that?
Oh, it's quite simple. We've put 20 years of hard, bloody work into this family. 20 years of tantrums, sulks, answering back, tears, recriminations, and not just from Susan.
We have our up days as well.
Yes.
Look, I know you think you're good parents.
No, we don't think we're good parents. We're not good parents. We're just ordinary parents.
My husband is speaking for himself, but naturally I back him up.
No, it's true. Actually, it's true. As parents, we're just above indifferent. You, as parents, are scraping the barrel of downright abysmal.
I thought this was going to be a rational conversation.
Well, maybe I don't like your idea of rational. Maybe it's your rational, free-range parenting that's made a bully of your son, who's bullying my son and stealing his lunch money, which, incidentally, is my lunch money.
Dentists, it's always about money.
No, it's about my son. Didn't like that, did you? Not nice, is it, being bullied?
I think we'd better leave.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Being pushed around, huh? How do you like it, someone twice your size, huh? When you see your darling little son, give him that from me. And that. And that.
Don't forget your coat.
And good night, Doctor!
Unbelievable.
Yeah, anyone else but Dad, it would have been cool.
Oh, hello, children. Now, what you saw your father doing this evening was quite wrong. Wasn't that so, Ben?
Yes, there are many reasons why violence isn't the answer.
Number one, it's illegal.
2, he could have been bigger than me.
3, he could have had a heart condition.
4, his brother could have been bigger than me.
5,
5, when they get home, they're going to tell Jason.
Goodbye, stairs. Goodbye, house. Goodbye, life.
Still no sign of Michael.
Really? Maybe he's over at Stinky Cheese Boys again.
No, I tried there and it's glandular. Oh, perhaps Jason caught him on the way home. Maybe we should have got him a mobile phone.
Isn't that just buying him off?
No, not Jason, Michael.
I was having a little joke to lighten up things, you know.
Oh, poor Michael, where can he be?
And obviously it's worked.
For all we know, he could be lying in a ditch somewhere, his clothes all torn, covered in some sort of lukewarm dessert topping.
I don't think so.
Oh, how could you be so blasé?
Hey, Mum.
Michael, you're all right.
Of course I'm all right.
But Jason,
I don't think there'll be any more problem from him.
what did you do?
All bullies are cowards. You stand up to them and they'll soon back down.
What? You stood up to Jason Hodder?
Well, sort of. I stood up and, Janie let him have it.
You used violence?
No, Mum, I use the language of flowers. What do you think?
Oh, my God, my daughter the thug. That's no way to behave. Did anyone see you?
No.
Good girl.
Why am I the only one in this room to see the downside to all this?
Because you're Dad.
Dad?
What's gonna happen to little Mikey when Xena Warrior Princess isn't around anymore?
No, that's sorted. Jason knows if he acts up again, the whole school will find out he was beaten up by a girl.
That's good. So what's the catch?
Well, there's no catch. I was just helping out my little brother. Plus, I was really grateful when you let me get a tattoo.
We didn't let you get a tattoo.
Yes, you did.
Oh, it's lovely. Is it a caterpillar?
Mum, it's a scorpion.
A scorpion. It's a sweet little scorpion. Look, Ben, it's smiling.
I can't believe you.
Game, set, and match.
Oh, you're good.
Oh, thank you, dear.
And I was so scary.
Really getting a feel for this e-commerce.
That's because you're an Egypt.
I tried to think of something that people really, really need. And I thought, nobody ever knows what the time is. So they visit my website and I tell them. It's called onthedot.com.
Why don't they look on the computer screen?
Hey?
There's a clock in the corner of the screen.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
So, son, do you think you've learned anything from all this? You see, Michael, there is something you can take away with you that'll help you throughout your life. You want to hear it?
Not really.
Okay, it's this. None of it gets any better, but the more it happens, the less it hurts.
Thanks, Dad.
It's all right, son. That's all right.
What?
Do you know who that is?
No, in the chair, Bridget? I don't actually know. He, 1 minute I turn my back, the next minute, there he was. Bang! Sprung up like a fungus. That's how I get all my patients.
He is Lord Whitton, champion of organic farmers everywhere.
Whereas to me, he's simply lost filling with a receding gum line and breath that could kill a horse.
As usual, Mr. H, you seem to be missing the point. Lord Whitton's all-natural England gala was featured on page 6 of this week's Hello.
And as usual, Bridget, you seem to be missing the point that time, whilst generally cruel and mocking, is also money. And as we have 2 regular scheduled patients outside in the waiting room, and your job is dental assistant, assist me. Okay. Right, we'd like to sit back and relax.
Yes. Kind of your assistant to fit me in at such short notice. Very efficient young girl there.
Really? Did you give him Novocaine or gas?
You see, we've been up in London for this soiree thrown by the missus, and I lost a filling in a deviled egg, undoubtedly from a battery hen. They get depressed in cages, you see, and lay eggs like rocks. So, I called around for assistance, and you came up highly recommended.
Really? Well, it's always gratifying to be recognised in one's field.
Yes, just around the corner and cheap.
Yeah. How very flattering.
No, that's important. Just because I have a title doesn't mean I'm made of money. Everyone always asking for something. Snivelling little vultures, do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean. I've got 3 children.
Oh, start me on children.
I didn't think I started. Did you start him on children? No, let's begin, shall we?
No, you see, my son's with us in London on holiday.
Ah, well, I'm sure you'd love me to get a move on so you can rush back to his side.
No, I don't. He's at one of those arty schools. The wife's a big believer in arty. Even the girls are arty. Hair growing everywhere, legs like grizzly bears. Horrible creatures, you know what I mean?
So, shall we carry on? If you'd like to open wide and try not to let any words escape.
Can I just say, Lord Whitton, that I was deeply, deeply moved by your pamphlet on the recycling of fecal waste.
Really?
Yeah.
Now you see, this is the sort of girl my son should be meeting. Solid, natural.
Are we still talking fecal waste?
So, my dear, so is 17 too young for you?
Oh, I'm sorry, Lord Whitton, I'm actually celibate this cycle.
Far too much information going on.
No, you misunderstand. It's purely innocent. Nothing about sex.
Oh, then what's the point?
Right, anyone else hungry, or shall we call out for sandwiches?
Mr. Harper has a daughter.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. Janie's charming.
You don't live with her.
Is she a normal teenage girl?
Well, that's a contradiction in terms.
No. I mean, does she have a pierced eyelid?
No.
Does she have nails in her neck?
Not yet.
Has she clipped her personal topiary into the shape of a duck?
I just hope I never find out.
Scares Splendid, splendid. Right, do you mind if I ask my son to give her a call?
Well,
yeah? Yes, jolly good. All right, you carry on now.
You did what?
It wasn't my idea, for God's sake. It was Bridget's.
Oh, that's right. Deny all responsibility.
I tried that when you were born. Didn't work.
Oh. Well, you might think this is funny, but you've completely ruined my life.
Who was that?
He's ruining my life.
Ah, your father.
Do you know what he did?
Is this multiple choice or essay?
He set me up on a blind date.
Ah, that's so...
Repulsive?
I was going to say something more on the lines of sweet.
Oh, right. First of all, Mum, Dad has no judgment. I mean, he wears socks with his sandals and he has hair in his ears that he never trims.
Actually, it's very impressive that a human can carry such lush vegetation in their ears.
I mean, this is Dad we're talking about. Can you imagine the kind of loser he'd pick as a date?
Me?
So what's that?
This is Mozart's Don Giovanni, one of the greatest operas of all time.
No, that with a hole in the middle.
I just felt myself age 50 years. Would you take that thing out of here?
Okay.
Did your father say when he was coming home?
Hopefully never.
Don't be rude.
Oh, so sorry, Mum. Daddy didn't say when he was coming home. He was too busy mucking up my puking life.
Much better.
You might not find this whole thing so sweet. When I jump off Tower Bridge and my pathetic, lifeless body gets swept out to sea.
Don't be so dramatic, dear. While the Thames is an estuary, your pathetically lifeless body will probably be swept only as far as Barking. Which I believe lacks some of the romance you'd want.
Isn't there another room you can go to?
I'm not bothering you.
You're in my line of sight.
Don't take it out on me just because Dad has to find you dates.
I don't need anyone to find me a date, especially with some pseudo-posh git who I'm supposed to drool over just because his dad's Lord Whitebum or something.
You mean Lord Whitten? Enjoying a joke with his lovely wife Serena and their family at Crafts.
What have you got there?
There's a picture of all of them in Hello.
Yeah, right. Oh, my God. That's his son? He's absolutely gorgeous.
No, I'll feed the children early.
Mum, he's absolutely gorgeous. Look, that's him.
Oh, very nice.
Is that Dad?
I think Janie has something she wants to say to you, dear.
Dad, get off the phone. I have to call Maxine.
Don't. I was drawing that. I'll call it Lonely Coat Stand.
Ah. Now it's useful coat stand. Get the hint.
Philistine.
Cretin.
Dentist.
Layabout.
This is so cool. My art's already controversial.
So, that's what you are now, is it? An artist?
Yeah. Do you think there's an afterlife, Dad?
God, I hope not.
Because I had this dream last night that Leonardo da Vinci himself popped in and said, Nick, mate, I have 2 words for you, nude models.
The Leonardo. That is amazing. And those were his very words. Nick, mate, nude models.
Actually, it was Caro Nico, 2 parole, modelle nude. I mean, he is Italian.
I mean, of course.
But it's great being an artist. I mean, you can work from home, you get to express your feelings, and you get to sit around all day waiting for inspiration.
But you don't make any money.
Well, I'm a starving artist.
You're home late.
I know. Bloody NHS. I spend more time filling in forms than I do filling teeth.
Oh, poor baby. Hungry?
Not really.
Well, the kids have already eaten, and I've whipped up your favourite meal.
Oh, God. My favourite meal.
Chinese takeaway.
Thank you. Just saying grace.
Oh. Well, we've a lot to be thankful for.
Yes, one of the kids has left a spring roll.
Yes, and you've made your daughter very happy.
Really?
Yes. As a matter of fact, she's out with young Whitten now. But let her thank you herself. And remember to act surprised.
What, can I gloat?
No.
And what's the point in being right?
Because you're a wonderful father and a thoughtful and generous husband.
What's the catch?
Oh, there's no catch. It's more a surprise.
A surprise.
This weekend, the Baldwins have tickets to the opera.
Oh, God, Susan, I hate the Baldwins. I don't like going out with the Baldwins.
Well, we don't have to. They can't go, and they've given us their tickets.
See? That's why I hate the Baldwins.
Come on. You haven't been to the opera in 20 years.
Ah, well, perhaps that's a clue.
But it's Don Giovanni, your favourite.
My favourite? Never heard Don Giovanni.
Well, maybe if you did, it would be.
Susan, I hate the opera. I can't stand it. It's always in Italian or even worse, German. I never know what's going on, and it's bloody boring as hell.
And I have a solution.
Oh, no.
Opera, libretto with a complete translation, word by word, note by note. No, don't interrupt. I have thought this through. If you just sit down and listen to the whole thing straight through while reading along with the libretto, when we go to the opera, you'll know exactly what's going on.
Marvellous. So I get to be bored out of my mind twice.
Trust me in this.
No.
What? Have you ever been disappointed when I've said trust me?
Well, let's see. There's the truffles that turned out to be toadstools. There's the shortcut through the safari park. And there's the ever-famous my parents won't be home for hours.
You do bear a grudge.
I also bear
Oh,
scars. Susan.
come on, Ben. It's only 3 hours
Yes,
of your life.
that's the point, isn't it? It's my life. And as pathetic as it might be to some, including me, it is still my life.
I have watched football with you. I have watched golf. I've been to dental conventions and sat through lectures entitled Gingivitis, the Forgotten Plague. But I have never complained. And do you know why?
So you can throw it in my face at moments like these.
Because love means sacrifice.
Fine! Too big a sacrifice! Whatever you're doing, stop it.
Now don't move. I'm nearly finished. I'm drawing you. I call it Atlas with World on his shoulder.
Really?
Actually, it's nude with Chip on his shoulder.
What do you mean, nude? What's this?
Well, I couldn't afford a proper nude, so I had to use my imagination.
Don't! I look like Homer Simpson.
I'll paint what I see.
The next thing you paint will be my hands approaching your throat. Now go away. Go on, go away. And I haven't got a chip on my shoulder. I'm trying to keep this family afloat amidst a sea of bureaucratic piranhas.
We're all behind you, old man.
No, you're not. You're trying to drive me mad. You with your painting, your mother with her opera.
Hey, it's like we're a Renaissance family.
Yeah, the Borgias. You know, your mother wants me to waste 3 hours of my life by listening to that.
So why don't you? Can't be any worse than doing that. You see, the way I see it, Dad, is we're all going to screw up whatever we do. So why not screw up on the side of, hey, why the hell not?
You know what really frightens me is you're almost making sense.
Great. Can you give me the money to hire a proper nude? You know, one with, instead of one with...
Go away.
Fine. Fine. You can crush the artist, but not the art.
Well, crushing the artist works for me. Hi, Janie. Hey, hold on. How'd it go?
It was fine, Dad. Really fine. No, it was more than fine. It was brilliant, okay? In fact, it was so brilliant, I think you should give up dentistry and start up your own dating agency, okay? Now stop grilling me and leave me alone!
She makes opera sound rational.
Has this gone off? It's 2 days beyond the sell-by date.
I don't know, dear. Smell it.
Well, what if it smells bad? Then I get bad smell in my nose.
Life is such a vale of tears. No, don't put it back. Do you think the rest of us wanted it if it's off?
Then should I throw it out?
Not if it's still okay.
You give such mixed signals, Mother. Thank you. At least someone cares about me.
You can drink it.
Yeah? Cheers, mate.
So is it off?
A bit chewy.
Morning, Janie. Have fun last night?
It's okay.
Just okay?
I don't know, Mum. I don't want to talk about it. Look at them grunting. They're such pigs.
Your brothers in particular, or the entire male gender?
Both. They will make me ill.
Oh, some of them are quite nice. I remember all the feelings I had when I was first going out. The thrill of the chase, what they kissed like, how I felt when I touched them.
Mum, I'm going to be in therapy for the rest of my life.
It was just sex, boy. Works every time. Come on, it's just us girls, so tell.
Nothing to tell.
All right, okay. I was just curious, you know. I'm here, you're here, no pressure. Whenever you want to talk. Oh, for God's sake! The only reason why I had a daughter was to have these intimate moments. Give me something.
Okay, well, what do you want to hear? That dinner was nice, the movie was okay. Oh, and he was a great kisser until he wouldn't stop.
Stop kissing?
What do you think?
Oh, my God.
Oh, please, Mum, it's not an oh, my God. It could have been, but it wasn't.
What did you do?
Well, he didn't understand the word no, so I used international sign language. Heel palm to the jaw. We learnt it in PE.
Good Lord, all we learnt in PE was how to climb a rope.
What, in case the Vikings attacked?
I will overlook that, given the special circumstances.
Look, Mum, I dealt with it, okay? End of story.
No, not end of story. He assaulted you.
And I assaulted him back. Anyway, it was partly my fault. I shouldn't have got into the car.
Oh, really? Listen, Janie. When you went into that awful tattoo parlour and got that loathsome tattoo, which I still hate, and which will be the subject of a different conversation...
No, it won't. I love my tattoo.
Okay. But supposing you didn't. Suppose you went into the place, even chose the design, but then changed your mind. What then? Would he have any right to go ahead anyway, just because he'd already whipped out his little needle? Janie, it was in no way your fault. And however you want to deal with it, I'm on your side.
Thanks, Mum.
How about a hug?
I don't need a hug.
I do. And that dreadful tattoo still has to go. Ben. 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 Are you sleeping?
Mm-hmm.
Are you planning on sleeping long?
Mm-hmm.
How much longer are you planning on sleeping?
What? What is it? What do you want to tell me, Susan?
Okay, it's nothing. You're clearly in a state.
Ah, what sort of state is that exactly? Clearly not the state of sleep, clearly not the state of peace and tranquility, which I will obviously not attain until I'm in a state of death.
I'm not talking to you when you're in a mood.
Thank you.
Even though that wooden boy tries to assault our daughter.
What?
In the back of his father's Jag.
No.
She's fine, though.
That's what you think, is it? No, Susan, this is Droit de Seigneur.
Excuse me?
Droit de Seigneur, as in Don Giovanni, when the lord of the manor had the right to take the virginity of any maiden in the realm.
You've been listening to Don Giovanni.
No, I haven't, actually. It's common knowledge, isn't it?
No, it isn't. Oh, you're so sweet.
I am not sweet. I'm a father and I'm incensed.
Ben, please don't make a scene.
Oh, damn right, don't make a scene. A boy tries to assault my daughter, the little snot.
She feels she's already handled it.
I don't care what she thinks. I'm her father. I know what she thinks.
I'm the mother, and I wish I'd never woken you up.
Do you remember what the Commendatore did to Don Giovanni when he tried to mess with his little girl? He ran a sword through the little toad.
No, Ben, it's the other way round. The little toad killed the father.
No, he didn't.
Yes, right at the beginning.
Oh, God, that's why I hate opera. Even when you read the instructions, I still don't get it. I just don't get it. But I'm going to kill him.
No, you can't. You can't say or do anything, because if you do, Janie'll know I told you.
But you just did.
But you're not supposed to know.
Then why did you tell me?
Because I couldn't sleep.
Neither can I now.
But I feel a lot better.
Well, that makes it all worthwhile then, doesn't it?
Remember, if you do talk to her, act like you don't know anything.
I've had a lot of practice.
What?
Hiya. I'm going down for a few biscuits. Do you want anything?
No, thanks.
Okay, fine. What's that smell?
It's incense. Adds an aura of mystery.
Oh, a bit like Mum's cooking. Right, well, it's been fun chatting. So, how was the date last night?
Dad, I really have to work.
Really, what are you studying?
French.
French? Oh, I was good at French. Zoot. Not bad, huh? Hello.
It was boring, all right? The meal was a bore, the film was a bore, he was a bore.
So boring, eh? Janie, can I say something about boys from the male perspective?
Oh, please, God, no.
Look, I've got to say this, Janie, otherwise I won't get back to sleep. The thing is, there's two basic differences between men and women. And one is that girls mature very quickly and boys don't mature at all. So they, to make up for this deficiency, develop two brains. A big brain that gives us our reasoning and a little brain that tells us what to do. Am I making myself clear?
Disgustingly so.
So you understand what I'm saying?
What I don't understand is how Mum could tell you after I told her not to. This is not your problem, Dad.
Yes, but you are my problem. You see, I've been this bewildering, complex little problem for 16 years. And I don't think I'm going to solve you, my darling.
Really, Dad?
Yep.
I'm not quite sure what that means, but I'll assume it's something good.
Okay. One more thing. When boys and girls reach a certain age...
Dad, look, I'm not a naive person.
By saying you're not a very naive person, meaning you're not very naive?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
That's... great. Okay. Good. Susan! Susan! Do you know what our daughter has just told me?
That she was sleeping and you woke her up.
No, she told me she's not a very naive person.
You don't know how completely mad you sound.
Our daughter is no longer a virgin.
And she told you this?
Yes.
And you believed her?
Oh, no. Of course. Oh, well, that's a relief. Good night.
Good night.
You're never going to guess who's in the waiting room.
Correct.
Well, if you're not going to try, I'm not going to tell you.
Good.
Lord Whitton's son.
What?
Apparently he broke his tooth on something.
Yes, my daughter's bra strap.
Wait a minute. That boy tried to assault my daughter, Janie.
How could you let her go out with him? Maybe I should call her to offer my support.
No, don't. Don't do anything ever again. Oh, my God, I promised not to say anything, and there I go telling you...
Well, you couldn't help it. Most men crack under the pressure of my wily interrogation.
You only said what?
I know. It's uncanny, isn't it?
Send in the patient. Oh, but you're a professional. You took an oath. Senor.
Thanks for seeing me.
Actually, I'm surprised to see you.
Oh, believe me, I didn't want to come. But Father insisted, and you know Father.
Oh, yes. So, you have something to tell me?
Well, yes. Can we get a move on, please? I'm in a hurry.
So, are we in much pain?
No.
Mm-hmm. We'll soon see about that. So, if you'd like to open wide, we'll have a little look, shall we? Now, does this hurt? Ah! Good. Yes, we've got a broken incisor. We're going to need 10 cc's of Novocaine, Bridget. So, I bet you have a really wild story about how this happened.
Well, vaguely. I was getting stuck into a rather bony little chicken.
Bony little chicken.
Yeah. It was a tough little bird. Not quite the quality I'm used to.
Right. Bridget, syringe, please.
But you know Father, with all his blah-de-blah-de-blah about natural, solid, and plain. And he calls the shots.
No, I'm afraid at the moment I call the shots. Now, if you'd like to open wide, this won't hurt a bit.
Ah!
Okay, let's begin, shall we? Thank you. Right, it's showtime. Right, are we numb yet?
No, you haven't given me my Novocaine.
Ah, good.
Ah!
So, are we numb now?
No! Are you crazy? Don't you understand the word no?
Me? Didn't you understand the word no when my daughter said no?
What is he talking about?
Don't play games with me, Toby.
I'm not Toby, I'm James.
Yeah, who?
I'm James. James, Toby's brother.
Your father never mentioned James.
Yeah, well, he never mentions me at all. I'm not natural enough for his all-natural England.
You don't eat organic?
No, I'm gay.
Gays don't eat organic?
Bridget, stop it. Let me get this straight. This bony little chicken didn't mean my daughter.
No, it was a bony little chicken.
I am so sorry.
I am so confused.
It's enough I have to put up with my crypto-fascist father. I'm away from home, away from my friends. I don't know anyone in London.
I tell you what, James, Mr. Harper has a son.
My darling, you are really right. That was worth every penny.
You didn't have to pay. We were given the tickets.
Even better. You know, I loved every minute of that. Apart from Zelina's wedding feast, someone snoring in our row.
Oh, I didn't hear anything.
Because it was you.
I was resting my eyes, and I don't snore.
Really? I thought someone had escaped from the French horn section.
Well, good night. It's been a lovely evening. Of course, the evening doesn't have to end. My parents won't be home for hours.
couples you have in mind?
Well, how about if I'm the young maiden and you're Don Giovanni?
Okay, you're going to keep awake for the whole performance?
The opera was 3 hours.
What about the overture and selected highlights?
If I choose the highlights.
Okay.
Oh.
Sorry.
Dad, I'm just curious. Are you planning to forget again this year?
Ah, a riddle.